Tony back! What are you doing here? Genocide supporters! This is bad! You called him honorable. He's responsible for the deaths of 1 billion people. 1 billion of my brothers and sisters. 1 billion.
All right, people. I'm sure you've all heard of the parable of the old lady who would feed the crocodiles hoping that she would be eaten last at worst or might get lucky and be spared. Our lefty Labour politicians are like that old lady, and Islam is like the crocodile. As I always say, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to look to the UK. Their Labour Party kept appeasing the Muslims so they could get the Muslim vote. But in the end, they just switched sides. And now the Muslims of Britain are voting for the Greens, which is a radical far left woke political party. And the Labour Party is left scratching their heads like, we simped for you. We did everything for you. We even lost a lot of our national vote for the sake of you. But in the end, you've just switched sides? Let me make a prediction. This is exactly what's going to happen in Australia as well. We already have a new right in Australia in the form of Pauline Hanson's One Nation. So it's only inevitable that we're going to have a new left in Australia as well. And that ain't a pretty sight. And that's going to be the Greens. Luckily, we don't have as many Muslims as the UK does, but we still have a lot of far lefty woke idiots in Australia. So it is entirely plausible for the Greens to become the new left of Australia. Why am I telling you this? Because Anthony Albanese today just got a taste of it. Have a look at this. Anthony Albanese decided to go to the Lakemba Mosque. Of all mosques, the most extremist mosque in Australia, Lakemba Mosque, to appease Muslims, to wish them happy Eid. He thought that he's going to take some cute photos, he's going to get a round of applause, and Muslims are going to say, well done, we love you, we're going to keep voting you for the rest of our lives. But he was in for a surprise because the crocodile is not happy with the food that the old lady has been offering. Have a look. So Anthony Albanese is sitting on the floor right there, right behind this guy, and some angry Muslims started shouting. You think their interests align with Western interests, i.e. anti-terror, pro-democracy? No, they have their own worldview. And Western countries, no matter how much they simp for them, they will never align. Muslims say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah when they witness the devil in their presence. And you can all guess who the devil is.
Genocide supporters! Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu.
Surprised Anthony Albanese didn't run for cover because, you know, sometimes when people shout Allahu Akbar, really bad things happen.
Akbar walillahi alhamd.
There you go, that's him. He's sitting there and that's Tony Burke. This guy was going to attack them. And this is no ordinary mosque, guys. A lot of people who went to join ISIS, they used to visit this mosque. And I mean a lot. Look at him. He's just sitting there like a sheep.
Allahu Akbar,
What a pathetic,
Allahu Akbar,
what a pathetic creature.
Akbar. Allahu Akbar walillahi.
This sane Muslim is saying, what are you guys doing? Our mosque is falling. Don't do that. Don't act like this. We're going to use these people as much as we can to boost our numbers and bring in more people into Australia.
Dear brothers and sisters. Dear brothers and sisters.
Mainstream media is all over it, by the way. Have a look at this.
Boo Tony back! Boo Albanese! What are you doing here?
Look at this. Look at him. He wanted to attack him. Where's the security? They relied on these people. Idiots.
This is bad! This is bad!
They're calling him genocide supporter, and let me tell you, Anthony Albanese wasted absolutely no opportunity to simp for the Gazans, pro-Palestinians. He did not shut down people when they were chanting "Gas the Jews." He did not shut down those pro-Hamas rallies all across the country. And even low-key kept blaming Israel. That just goes on to tell you that no matter how much you simp for these people and you shit on the people who are culturally aligned with our values, in the end, you please no one. Because again, these guys have different set of values. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you say, their demands will never stop. Today is genocide. Tomorrow is going to be ban the dogs, ban the pubs, ban alcohol, ban the casinos. That's what it's going to be. It's never going to end. Only an idiot would think that they would stop at, okay, you gave a statement against Israel. Look, he doesn't even have a beard. They always say, oh, they're good Muslims, bad Muslims. Define. Who's a good Muslim? Is he a good Muslim? Tell me, I want to know what's the definition of a good Muslim and a bad Muslim. I want to know, genuinely.
Dear brothers and sisters,
Get Anthony Albanese out of here. This is our mosque. And soon they will tell him, get him out of our city, get him out of our suburbs, get him out of our country. Australia is ours now. I'm loving it.
Australian Muslims. Get him out of here. We as Australian Muslims need to have these deep intellectual discussions in regards to how we navigate the path of engaging political leadership, the media and the white.
Look at this idiot. If they can treat Australia's top leadership like that, imagine what they can do to ordinary Australians.
Respect the place you're in, please. This is a mosque. Respect us. You got to stand out here. You got to
Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. All of you sit down, please. Sit down. Sit down.
We invited politicians to make us feel good about ourselves, but never genuinely had a robust and effective communication with them about the issues affecting our community.
What a frog.
Right.
You called him honourable. You called him honourable. He's responsible for the deaths of 1 billion people.
1 billion people? Where do they pull these numbers from? The backside.
1 billion of my brothers and sisters. 1 billion. 1 billion.
Oh, take some photos.
Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting him?
Why are you protecting him? Hand him over to us. We'll show him the power of Islam. Wow. This happened today, guys. He's ushered away. Straight. Oh, wow.
1 million dead. 1 million.
1 million dead.
The brother, he supports it, brother. He supports it. What you been here for? You know what? These don't represent us anymore. You don't represent us.
So he is getting angry at the management of the Lakemba Mosque and saying, even you don't represent us anymore. Again, I'm telling you, the Lakemba Mosque is a pretty extremist mosque. A lot of extremists have come out of there. These people that you saw who were shouting, they would have done some unimaginable things to Anthony Albanese. These people are not some outliers. These people are literally reflecting the sentiment of all these people who listen to anti-West propaganda day in, day out in this mosque. And it's not just confined to these mosques. When Pauline Hanson said that Lakemba, which is a Islamist suburb of Australia, she said it doesn't look like Australia. This is what she meant. She's being exonerated, and only 2 days ago, this Prime Minister, he said that it's a fool's errand.
And there'll be some politicians, some of which have risen up recently in polling, who are essentially appealing to vote for us and the world will stop. Or worse still, we'll go back to the Australia of the 1950s or 60s with the same population that looked like that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And it's a fool's errand.
Australia's going to look different. This is what he meant. These are the people he's saying that we're going to have all around Australia. No, Anthony Albanese, we're not going to let you destroy Australia over your ideological dogma, whatever that is. I don't know if it's your ideological dogma or it's just pure corruption. I don't know what that is. And frankly, I'm not interested. Australians are waking up. Australians are very laid back people, but they're not as polite as their British counterparts. And Brits are waking up too. Brits are waking up. Their Tories are now starting to talk about Islam, not radical Islam, Islam. Marco Rubio just destroyed Islam. I know he said radical Islam, but they have a lot more politicians in America who are saying Islam. It's Islam. It's about time our mainstream politicians also start talking about this. At the time of the recording of this video, there hasn't been any response from Anthony Albanese's office. But he's finding out, guys. He's been effing around. He's been simping for the Muslim vote. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, they're going to discard them. You think that by dissing our strategic ally like the United States, you're going to win over these people? You're going to get some brownie points from these people? No, they will not stop. So he went outside after that, and the Muslims were still not very kind to him. Have a listen.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Look at this. This is another angle.
Bro, that's Arabs. We never get quiet.
Saw that big guy with a big beard? He was shouting at him, "Why are you protecting him? Hand him over to us." That's what he's saying. 8:20 a.m. It's 1:20 p.m. right now when I'm recording it.
Why are you protecting him?
Use is not a word, by the way. I don't know why they keep saying it.
Putrid dog. Get out of here, mate. Get out of here.
Look, they want to get their hands on him. They actually want it. Oh, the crocodiles ain't gonna wait.
Hey, Bill! Alright, get up with
And the dramatic rise in Islamophobic attacks.
And look, they were complaining about it at that point. He's saying, and the dramatic rise in Islamophobic attacks. So if you think that these guys were some polite, kind people, wait, if they had it their way, you know, Anthony Albanese, watch out.
In essence, we have been unable to better lobby and advocate to government in regards to policy and legislation that directly impacts our
Why is he
community.
in here? Get him out of here!
We, as Australian Muslims,
Get him out of here! He's right.
He's saying he's responsible for the deaths of our brothers and sisters. Even though he's been condemning, well, not explicitly, but low-key, he's been allowing these pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah simps protest every weekend. So let me tell you, mainstream Australian community doesn't like him either for that. This is what happens, guys. When you don't stand for nothing, then in the end, nobody stands by you.
Respect us! Get him out of here!
Get him out of here. Get out.
Sit down and Australia apologise. It's his government. No, we won't. It's not its time. Don't bring him here. It's not the time. It's not the time. It's his government. It's his government that called them when they were paying.
Remember what happened in Sydney? They're saying that it was his government when Muslims were praying on the street and they pulled them. It only happened a week ago. They're even angry over that. They can't even tolerate that. Imagine this. Imagine what they're going to do as things heat up even more, which they will, by the way.
We don't want politicians, Baba.
Okay, we don't want politicians. We want khalifas. We want authoritarianism. We want Sharia. In Sharia, there are no politics in Sharia. It's just authoritarianism. No freedom of speech. There are no debates. It's just my way or the highway. Or by my way, I mean the caliph's way, which is driven from Islamic doctrine.
That's Hayed. We're praying. Why do we got politicians? Leave politics outside.
So, interesting times ahead. Guys, this is a good news. every time they simp for the Muslim vote and Muslims react angrily, which they did in the UK, and they're going to do that here as well. I don't have to be a prophet. I'm telling you, I've been watching UK politics for the last 5 years very closely, and it is literally happening exactly like that. They say history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. In this case, it is literally repeating itself, word by word, action by action, day by day. We're just running 3 or 4 years behind. That's it. It's going to get interesting. Pauline Hanson. That's why we need Pauline Hanson. And if Pauline Hanson goes soft, like Nigel Farage went soft in the UK, we're going to have a party that is going to be even further to the right of Pauline Hanson. It's going to happen.